This is a WTJX news brief. The governor last week during a press conference had a straight-ahead message to visitors to pretty much follow the Department of Health's COVID guidelines or face the law.
We've been having particularly difficult time with people visiting who are getting inebriated and resisting the policy to wear a mask. We're finding difficulty in these travelers coming back from St. John, especially on a Friday and Saturday night. We are assigning extra police and enforcement official, and we will detain you and lock you up. So please, if you're going to visit the Virgin Islands, conform to all of our protocols.
Human Services Commissioner Kazi Gomez was on Conversations with AARP Virgin Islands, and she gives a look at what she hopes the future brings the human services.
You're looking at the perspective of long-term. So you have the short-term planning. Right now, the damages from the 2017 hurricane and the FEMA and the reimbursement aspect of it, and trying to make renovations and do construction when you have a very vulnerable population in both. So you do that? Where do they go when you're doing that construction? So if you've ever had construction on your house and you try to live in it at the same time, it's very dusty. So you have to be careful with that. So we're making sure, but it also costs a lot of money to renovate. And so we don't have that all in our budget for capital projects. And so that shared cost is what we're looking at in order for us to build those two facilities. So a little bit of FEMA money, some hazard MIT money, because it'll be a safe room. So they won't have to evacuate the building in the event of a disaster. So you want to make sure it's a safe, solid structure so they're safe during any kind of disaster. And then looking at community development block grant funding as well as disaster recovery funding. So if we blended some of that, that's what we're aiming for. So we put our application in for the CDBG for both facilities. And so we might have to downsize it a little bit because I went big. I was like, I'm going to go big and try to get as much as I can because I think it's important. Therapeutic rooms for our seniors as well. And potentially, when you go into the hospital and let's just say you went in and now you're safe to be discharged. You're not safe enough to go home quite yet because you still need a little care. So there might be a way that we are able to do some of that in our homes for the aged as well. So you might have a transition way. So we're exploring all the possibilities, and I think that that's an important part of it.
Virgin Island native Dr. Marcella Nunez Smith is going to be one of 3 co-chairs of a newly created Corona Task Force to be formally announced today by President-elect Joseph Biden. Her mother, Maxine Nunez, longtime University of the Virgin Islands professor and associated with Yale, told the St. Croix source, "I just think it's a great honor that has been bestowed on her." Her brother, Melito Smith, executive director of the St. Thomas East End Medical Center, posted on his Facebook page Sunday that he was speechless with pride. That's your WTJX News Brief. I'm Doug Harris.